right, here we are back at date 9407 of Clash at the Coast. This thing will never end, but hopefully tonight it does. So a lot of work has been done to this car. After hopefully you guys saw yesterday's video where Jesse got behind the wheel of it, said it was absolutely dangerous. The whole front end got some work done to it last night, yesterday. They changed a whole lot of stuff. They even moved the shock bracket over. They went through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. Even got her clean. She's all nice and washed up now. So hopefully that adds another 1 or 2 RPMs with all the dirt off of it. Who knows? But I think we're pretty much good to go here. Car looks good. Same setup as it has been. They're going to go straight out for... Sorry. As you can see, we got a Gator having issues over here. We're going to go straight out for heat races and then B-mains if possible. But let's take a look at the track. It's really watered down. We did have a lot of rain come through. So they're actually going to help have these guys come in and roll it out for a little bit. There we go. Well, that didn't help, did it? You can kind of see the surface. I want to try to get past that fence. There we go. Focus. There it is. Sorry that took so long. But that's our track. That's the surface we have to race on tonight. So, hoping beyond all hope that everything goes well in our favor. We did have Bonafides leave. A lot of guys packed up their toys and said we're going home. So hopefully that works in our favor too. But all the adjustments that were made hopefully work. So here we go. We'll get back with you guys as soon as Jordan gets back over here. Talk to him about how he feels. That's what we got going on so far. That right there is Kenny Wallace, the old NASCAR driver, Rusty Wallace's brother, and the number 7 Slim Chicken stock car, IMCA stock car. He has been here this whole week. Great guy. I just met him. I'll put a picture up here of us right now. Really good dude. Very fun to talk to. Very easy to get along with. So he's quite a character. I wish him the best of luck tonight. All right, so at the moment right now, they're just going to have the guys come in and roll in that track a little bit. Like I said earlier, it really rained a lot, got really wet, really heavy. Stock cars went out there, did a few laps to get it rolled in. Now they're going to put the modifieds out there. So we'll get a real good word with Jordan when he gets back in. Right now, he's just going to get out there and roll that track in. That's them calling for us. There's Peyton Taylor right there.
All you gotta do is push the stop button. Alright. I'll put your window net on. No, you don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're just rolling it in. They don't need it. Like I said, a lot of front end work got done. Okay. Hopefully this thing's in the right direction. right, Jordan, finally I got to catch up with you after the sun went down. What does that say right there?
It says last heat race, starting last, I got to get top two.
What do you think you're gonna? How do you think you're gonna manage that one?
Yeah,
Okay, so tell everybody at home all the work that you did yesterday, because obviously I wasn't a part of it. You and Magnus took care of all that. What all did you do?
So we got the right front was kind of messed up, shock mount, clearances, stuff like that. And none of it was really working the right way. So we went ahead, we put shorter bars on the upper, the A-frames, the upper A-frames to try to get the caster camber we need. We're maxed out right now, but we're within spec, so I'm happy about that.
There you go. So I know we had to roll the track in because it was really wet and slimy out there. How did it feel just rolling around?
It felt good.
Felt good? Well, I mean, yeah, when you're going like, 20 miles per hour, it's hard to tell, but...
Yeah, there's no bumps. It doesn't really look like there will be any bumps as far as I can see. You can tell everything's laid down right now.
Yeah.
So I think after the stock cars, I think it might start slicking off a little.
Right. So you think this track condition right here might work a little bit more in your favor than having to go out there when it's all rubbered up that you're not used to?
Oh, most definitely.
All right.
I would much rather this than a rubbered up racetrack. But the problem now is, this is more of a horsepower track. Right at this very second, there's a lot of grip. I don't think my motor's got a lot of grip. So we'll see.
We'll see.
As far as that goes, really what I wanted to do is I wanted to be dry and slick. If it could be slick top to bottom, nice black line, not really taking up rubber, not really latching yet, I think that's where this car is going to make its best with this motor.
I hear you. Yeah, because like we already said, you got a built motor. I mean, we stated this in, I think, last night's video that you got a built motor. You're trying to run out there with 604 motors, crate motors, and that's tough in its own right there, is to try to keep up with these guys, regardless if you can steer or not. So,
yeah. I'm sure steering helps.
Steering does help. I mean, a lot of people did catch that video. They got to see Jesse's reaction, and now they know that for the past few days that we've been dealing with a handful of problems when it comes to steering. You can have all the knowledge and tools in the world, but until somebody else can come in and be like, hey, look at that, and you just kind of overlooked it, it just kind of just is what it is, right?
I mean, Jeff Taylor's the one that really pointed it out. He kind of really made me pay attention to it. And, he's been building these cars. I mean, I don't know exactly how long, but I've heard of Jeff Taylor and I've heard Shaw just as much.
Yeah.
So,
and Jeff Taylor took about a good half hour going around your car and pointing a few things out to you. And it looks like you took his advice. You moved what you could, where you could, and now we're going to get out there and see where we stack up with a car that's, functioning at least halfway decent right now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think he's got a good shot tonight. I think it's a good opportunity to see what this 38M can do. It's a great event, great place to race at, and I've grew up racing with Jordan, and he's a really talented racer. Really.
Yeah, tell everybody who you are real quick. I didn't introduce you. My apologies.
No, you're good. I'm Josh Gaiman. I'm Jordan Miller's best friend. We went to college together. We grew up racing karts at Stafford Motor Speedway in Connecticut, and just moved down here. He's been trying to get me to come down and race with him, so I finally made it happen. So
there we go. Now the only thing we got to do is get you a car.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Jordan needs a new motor. He needs a car. Everybody goes to Jordan's Patreon. Help these guys get all hooked up, all right? So the next time you see us, Jordan will be jumping behind the wheel, going out for heat race number 8, starting last, taking top 2.
There it is.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Racing against Austin Becerra, the last year's champion.
Austin Becerra, last year's champion.
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that? There we go. So you guys heard it here. Stay tuned. This is going to be a fun event. Magnus, any last words on this one?
I just talked to Kenny Wallace.
He just talked to Kenny Wallace. I talked to Kenny Wallace too. What a great guy. All right, everybody. Well, there we go. Getting the driver strapped in, getting him ready to go. Heat race 8, starting dead last. Heat race number 6 is out there now, so there we go. Getting him good and tight.
Now do it. See, there's a little, like, if you pull this up, push here. Yeah. Same.
All right, everybody. Wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, they kind of fucking suck. Fucking terrible.
So
I mean,
We did a little bit of adjustment. Actually, Magnus did a little bit of adjusting. He took some, removed the bars since the track is wet, and it's got a bit of a cushion. We don't want it to be too tight, so we decided to move a bar, and hopefully that right there does the trick. We hope. So we'll come back to you when he's on the track. made it back to the pit stall. Let's see what's going on. What happened?
That lock pulled the go up.
Yeah, you looked a lot better, but what happened?
So, I'm telling you, I gave it everything it had.
All right.
Everything that motor had, I gave it to it. And I crossed the checkered flag. It was sitting at like 220, a little over 220.
A little over 220?
It was overheating just a little bit.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, well, you looked a lot better. You came in 6th. You started dead last, came in 6th. How did the handling feel? Yeah? All right.
That's it.
All right,
I mean, it was just a little loose on exit, but I think.
Is that what they're working on now?
Well, yeah.
Okay, right on. So, all right, that's great. Well, with that being said, I'm going to drop the camera and see what I can do for you as well.
Right on there, yeah, because the red was right here.
All right, here we go. We're getting them strapped in for the B main. We are in B main number 2, starting 7th, if I'm not mistaken. What's going on? Where's the car?
Blown up.
Blown up. What'd you do to it?
I set a rod through the bottom.
Hit the rod through the bottom of the old van?
It hit the pan and go through it.
Okay, so it hit the pan and didn't go through it. So, because you were looking pretty good out there, Baker. And then I noticed I didn't see you for a minute, and I forgot to message you and ask where's the car.
I
So,
had an exhaust valve brought to pop off in practice the day before. And I got gapless piston rings. Got all that exhaust gas, it's still done fuel, it's still igniting, and got nowhere to go. They probably bent or fractured the rod, and then come when we went racing Monday, that probably was sent it.
yeah.
So
You
I never knew.
Do you still do YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you? Go ahead, shout them out real quick. Go ahead.
Triefenbach Racing. I'm kind of getting away from the vlogging thing. It's just too busy to race, you know, and film and do all that stuff. My new series I got is how I built that motor that I blew up. So maybe you don't want to watch it.
That way it could be a what not to do tutorial.
Maybe a what not to do. But I'm building a Ford. No one else has a Ford.
There you
It's
go.
something different. Okay, and I just really hate crate motors. So
Well, you need them to run with these boys.
I was hating. No 604s were pulling on me, and I wasn't pulling on them. I just think I built a competitive motor for a local racing. So
There you go. And that's what we do. You know, 90% out of the year, 99%. There we go. So Triefenbach Racing, all right? Go check them out.
sandwiched between two cars and fell back. Ended up a couple spinouts in a Dodge Direct or two and came back through the pack. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna.
But then you kind of got, then somebody kind of dropped the elbow on you, and I got a good shot of that too. You could see him coming up the track right into you.
I mean, do you think he cleared me or what?
No, I don't know. It could be a racing deal or it could be an FU deal. I have no idea.
You know, I'd care less what either way it was. I just, wish I knew what happened.
Yeah.
You know, like we were 3 wide, so I was trying to give the guy up top as much room as I could. I thought we were. I was actually the one farthest on the outside. But
I didn't think I did anything wrong in that situation. It just came up and did it.
yeah,
And I made it done at your door. I pulled it most of the way out, but
it's just body damage. I mean, as far as that goes.
I mean, before all of that happened, it looked pretty good. It looked like you needed some more motor. I really feel like that 604 would liven it up. But I also think there's a little bit more. Like, we've only raced this car how many times? 4 times now.
6, maybe.
6 maybe. So like, I think we need to dial it in more, or you need to.
I mean, it really isn't bad. Where it's at right now, it's a big difference between when I unloaded at Southern 2 days ago to now. It's a big change.
We need to look at how to mount that shock better, and like changing some of that front stuff up that we did the other day. But I honestly, I thought it looked good. I thought we would be somewhat competitive, and we definitely were somewhat competitive.
I think that B-Main, I think we were
kind
good
of
at B-Main.
bullied. So
I think
Yeah, because you were in 4th there
I
for.
was that last
That's
restart,
restart.
I was outside behind. That would have been second place.
Yeah, so you were 4th or 5th either, because I don't know how you guys were lining up out there after the leader, but
So, okay, I was fifth, but-
either way, you were right there on the 3rd row. Definitely a lot better starting spot than what we were, and then you just kind of got doored, and that's where everything kind of went wrong. What do you think? What do you think broke under there? I know we ain't really had a chance to look at it, but
I don't know. I mean,
I got good footage of something flying out the back of the car. We still ain't seen what's missing out of that yet, so it's just.
I don't know when that happened. Like, I couldn't tell you after watching the video what lap it was or anything like that, but I do remember running over something.
Okay. Oh, you might have ran over
It might have
something.
been something I ran over. I
Yep.
don't know if those laps
so I thought it was a
together.
piece of racing after watching his video, and we got all our racing. We got like everything's there, so I don't.
Yeah, you could have ran over something. I just seen you going into the turn and then something flying out. So.
But something is broke, so I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things we're gonna have to take it to the shop and find out.
It didn't really want to turn like how it did before. Like before tonight, like during my heat racing stuff, I could really rely on the car turning itself. So I didn't really have to let off the throttle or
How
hit the
much
brakes
brakes
as much as I wanted to. After getting sandwiched like that, I had to use a lot to keep the car pointed down the hill. It is just a little loose on exit. It has been like that all night, so that I don't think happened from somebody. I mean, if I could get that, if I could just get the little bit of looseness out of it on exit, I think we'd be pretty sporty.
Well, it's final night of Clash on the Coast. Even though we did not make a
Yeah.
feature, I would say it's a win. I feel like we kind of sort of got the car figured out a little bit more.
You look at this year compared to last year at this time.
Listen, the blue car is a piece of junk, and I never want to think about that thing or see it ever again. Like ever. Tell Tim to pick it up and throw it in the scrapyard.
Yeah, it's tough.
The only good thing about that car was the radiator.
Yeah. As old as the race car, never hit 200.
Yeah.
Tonight I hit 240 twice.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Which
That's a lot.
I think it was just because the track was so muddy. I'm sure
There was a lot of traction. Yeah, it's just this motor didn't like it. I only spun 6,200 RPMs all night. But
Yeah.
I think it's just because there's so much grip out there. There's no wheel spin, and I couldn't get the RPM. But gosh.
But I mean, I consider this week somewhat of a win. We'll come back next year, obviously, and we're gonna kick their ass.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, but I think if this was a regular Southern show, I'd have a podium car.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that.
100%.
I mean, for when you get to come back and race here with us, for a weekly show, I think what you got's very competitive. So I know our modified division just keeps growing, and there's some good ones. J.C. Wilson, the Barn Hills, Jimmy Dunaway, guys like that we're going to race against week in, week out. Even Justin Scott, you could throw him in there. He's tough too. So I think you got a car that could be able to hang with these weekly guys. But you came out here and you saw what you could do against the big boys with a small motor and a car that was, not really up to par. And what you did and the way that we all tried to work on it all week, definitely, I guess, set you in the right direction. So, it just sucks when you get body slammed like that. And
Yeah, it is what it is. Though.
it is what it is.
But who do we have to thank?
All right, there's a lot.
There's a lot. All right, let's do the sponsors.
All right, Mr. Langenfelder, I'd like to thank him a lot with Langenfelder Mechanical Contractors. I couldn't do any of this without him. Dirt Track Bank, Glory Motorsports, Shaw Race Cars, 5-Star, Gorsuch Performance Solutions, Superior Shining Solutions. Let's see, Schoenfeld, definitely, and then let's see, the R5 AG, doing work in the dirt with Andre Rexford. He's a big part of this program. Racing Boys, big shout out to them. They've helped me out with a bunch. Shit ton. Let's see, American Drive Shaft. I think that's it.
Sweet.
Thank
Well, in other news, you want to talk about your channel one more time?
Yeah, actually, you can go ahead and follow me on YouTube at Dirt Circle Productions. Today I set up an official Facebook for my YouTube. It's Dirt Circle Productions. You can go follow me there as well. After this, I guess we're going to get back to the weekly grind and, keep posting content until we can all get back together and hang out again. Planning on going out of town several times, catching bigger races. So you can catch me there at Dirt Circle Productions. How about you?
Obviously, catch me at Bitcoin. I got myself.
Bitcoin.
Catch myself at Racing Boys, BOIS for boys. We're kind of doing everything around the country from, dirt racing, mod racing, late models, USMTS mods, dirt trucks, ARCA cars, Xfinity cars, IMSA cars. We're kind of doing a little bit of everything this year. So check us out. Check him out right here. Where my finger is will be a link to his channel.
Awesome. All right. With that being said, Jordan, I know you're getting back to the grind with the boys over there. So it might be a while before we see you again. So what's your race schedule looking like coming up?
We have 2 off weekends in March, the end of March. Then we got, there's a weekend in April at Deep South I want to try to go to. I haven't raced Deep South. I've been, but I haven't raced it yet, and I want to. So I'm going to try to hit up Deep South. As far as that's all I know, because right there in June, we'll be going to the Dream.
Yeah.
And that's about a week in itself trip.
It is.
I got enough events, I think, playing to the Dream to really know. But I mean, them guys, they're everywhere when they come to racing.
Absolutely.
Stuff, so.
Absolutely. So well, we hope to catch you again here real soon. And with that being said, I guess we're going to go ahead and sign out of here and let us get to and actually enjoy the race. So make sure you following this guy on everything: Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Feet Finders, Grinders,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. That's where you find his feet at. Whatever that gets us a brand new motor in that car, go follow him on it. Definitely his Patreon. Guys, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. I appreciate all the support. Jordan appreciates all the support, all the kind words you guys have been giving him. With that being said, we'll catch you later, Jordan.